Monday. Jesus, what can I complain about? Hey, we ought to make that into a bit. All right. We're pressed for time. We're running late already, so let's just start at the start, baby doll.
This week in rage.
I'm angry. What a dick. I pay taxes, bitch. What?
Number 5.
I'm staying at this place in Phoenix called The Boulders, and I get my own bungalow, and it must be $1,000 a night to stay in this bungalow. It's my own thing. It's got a spa bathroom. It's got everything. It even has its own coffee maker, so I thought I would enjoy some gourmet coffee before I went in and pressed the flesh with Les Moonves and Charlie Rose and other luminaries of the television world. Make myself a nice pot of coffee, and then I open the mini fridge. Now, there's a mini fridge in the mini bar right underneath the coffee maker. And I say, where's the cream? Well, I'll tell you where it is. It's up top. It's dry. It's powdered. It's in a packet. It's non-dairy creamer. I think we need to take a stand against this. People signed off on this, and I never did. I don't like putting the powdered milk or the non-dairy powdered milk. By the way, no S, Sherlock, in the non-dairy department. It's coming out like talcum. I'll assume this is not how it leaves the udder. I'll assume that this chalky, white, cancerous lump is non-dairy. I'm just going to go ahead and do that. When I see chalk on the side of a football field, I assume non-dairy as well. That's the way I roll. But how about those little creamer packets? You could take those little creamer, the little liquid ones, you could put them on the hood of a Ford F-150 and park it in Yuma, Arizona for 9 summers, and it would still be fine when you popped it. And what are they? 2 cents a piece, less than a cent a piece. Perhaps the 5-star luxury resort could resort to buying some real effing cream and putting it in the goddamn mini fridge for the Ace Man's Joe in the morning. I was in such a bad mood when I met Les Moonves. The guy's the head of CBS. He stuck his hand out and I kneed him in the groin. And what? Tacoed him and he crumpled to the ground.
Number 4.
Every city having its own set of rules and regulations for luggage. Again, connected to the trip. I packed up my toiletry bag, I threw it in my backpack, and I left Burbank Airport. No problemo. But when I was flying home through Phoenix, well, we had to shuffle through it like bears going through a dumpster looking for picnic baskets. And the guy pulled out my creams and my shave creams and my salves and my zit medicine, and he says, you can't travel with this. And I said, I just did. I flew out here from Burbank Airport in the same goddamn plane I'm going to get in and fly back to Burbank. Well, we do things a little bit differently here. And I said, that's awesome. You guys all got your own set of rules. How unique. Talk about instilling confidence and a sense of security in the flying public. You guys should have your own rules. As a matter of fact, you guys should just work in banana hammocks and do away with the metal detector. That's your thing. That's the way we do it in Phoenix. See, over there, we strip search you. Look, we don't know where we take our shoes off and where we don't take our shoes off. And listen, everyone who's working any form of security, I know it's a hoax. I know it's just a panaceum. I know it's just a sugar pill so the American public feels safe. I know it. I know, and I know I screwed up the panacea thing myself, but it doesn't matter. I'm on a roll. It's not a panacea. It's a sugar pill. It leads us to believe a placebo. That's what I wanted to say. Placebo. The stuff that comes out of a chick when she drops an egg. Here's my point.
Yes.
It doesn't work. Obviously, if you really want to blow up a plane, you're going to blow up the plane. It makes us feel safe flying. But what doesn't make us feel safe is the inconsistency of the two airports. So, as long as you're going to blow smoke up the collective populace and you're going to blow smoke up our Tokai, at least do it consistently so the ruse works. You understand? We all know that the terrorists can figure out a way to get bombs on the plane, and if they want the plane down, they'll get the plane down, and that's just a crapshoot when you fly and you hope these terrorists aren't going to Boulder to go talk to Les Moonves with the Ace Man, but at least have some effing consistency so we can figure it out and assume when we leave Burbank, we'll end up in Burbank through your airport, you retards. was I?
3.
Oh, boy, still flying. First class versus coach. Look, I've said this many times. First class better than coach, but 40% better, except for you pay 10 times as much. See, that's the ratio I want worked out. You want to fly to New York and fly back coach, you can go on the internet and get yourself a ticket for $285. You want to go first class? It's $5,000. It's not twice as much. It's not 3 times as much. It's 10 times as much. Now, what's that 10 times as much get you? Well, it gets you another 8 inches width in your seat, and it gets you about a 14-inch length in your legs. And then it gets you $8 worth of booze, if in fact you drink it all. And it gets you another $4 worth of movie and $4 worth of nuts. That, to me, the last time I crunched the numbers, was worth about $80, not $4,500. Now, all we can change is the attitude. So, when I fly first class and I say, how about a little champagne? I don't want to get a stink eye from the stewardess who's struggling with your luggage in your overhead compartment. And I don't want to get the stink eye from you saying, oh, Mr. First Class, can't you? You pay the $5,000. You sit up front. You land the same time you land. You arrive the same time. You leave the same time. And if the plane crashes, your body bursts into pieces the same way mine does. And then you tell me if you appreciate it. I say, go back with the steerage. And I wish there was you know what I wish? I wish when the plane experienced turbulence and a wing broke off, a pod shot off with just me and a hot stewardess in it like James Bond and went to another planet. Even then, it wouldn't be worth the extra $4,500. But let me get on the plane last, not first. Come get me at the bar. I'll be good and loaded and tell me, Mr. Carolla, the flight is leaving, and I will jump off the gangplank onto the plane. All right.
Number 2.
The Segway. Well, I got 2 things to say about this little electronic device. The 2-wheeled thing with the gyroscope in it. First off, we are the fattest nation on the planet. Do we really need a device that gets us from our car to our mailbox? Really? It's like you'll never have to walk again. Fantastic. I will go from morbidly obese to Geraldo episode. Thank you. We're already driving everywhere. What's next? What's next? Hey, inventor of Segway. My ass itches. Could you go ahead and lift my hand? Have a device with a gyro in it that could lift my hand and move it up and down so I could wipe my ass after number 2? For Christ's sake, we are living in a society that sells 10 million treadmills every year and 5 million Segways. I mean, think about that. We have a device where you just run your ass off in one place and go nowhere, and then we have a device for people that are too lazy to walk through a park. Oh, good Lord. But remember when these things came out 5 years ago and everyone said, well, this is it. This is man's new form of transportation. When you get up out of bed, your feet will not even hit the ground. It will step right on a Segway. It will take you to your bathroom. Then you'll hop on another Segway, and that'll take you to your car. Then you'll throw that in the trunk of your car. And when you get out of your car, you'll take a Segway into your office, and then you'll be riding around your .com business with it. Where are all the Segways? What happened? Long time passing. All right, that's enough. Well, one more. What do we got?
Number 1.
No. The guy who shakes your hand too long. The guy just grips it. I don't know how it works. I don't know how it goes, but every guy has an internal clock on the handshake. We're all born with that clock. Maybe it's in our inner ear. There's a part of you that knows just when to grip and just when to release. But 5% of the white guys on the planet don't have that. It's a white guy move. It's not a Mexican move. It ain't an Asian move. They got the bowing thing. I like that culture. It ain't the brothers. They'll give you the soul shake, but that'll be that. You may hug it out, but it's the white guy. This is the territory of the white Republican guy with the gin blossom who's polluting the rivers and running the Fortune 500 company. This is a guy who grabs your hand and hangs on it for 2 beats too long. Actually, I think Gene Simmons invented this one. You watch Celebrity Apprentice. Every single guy he meets, he shakes shakes his hand, and as the guy starts to back off, he tugs him right in for a second one and dislocates his shoulder. I don't know if it's a power move. Why don't you just have sex with me? That would be much less complicated, and I could wrap my brain around it. The extra yank, and by the way, this guy's close cousin is the guy who grabs your fingertips and squeezes them. It's a power move. Bald Brian, hey, buddy, what's happening? Yeah, that guy makes you feel like less than a man, and you can't adjust it because he then releases. Or the guy who turns your hand 90 degrees and goes right to left like you're a couple of lumberjacks sawing on a tree in the turn of the century. Look, I didn't think I was ever going to have to say this, but we need to open schools for handshaking because people evidently have not mastered that deal.